Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another English story at Idioms Society. This is Dr. Hariri, and I'm going to tell you a story from Aesop. And this is a great story, and you can learn a lot, particularly vocabulary and expressions. You can improve your uh, listening comprehension and build up some vocabulary, and also enjoy the great message. The Miser. English fairy tale with vocabulary practice, as you can see. Here is the featured image. So let me just read out this story to you and teach you some vocabulary. The miser. First of all, miser is a person who is stingy and mean. It means too frugal. So a miser sold all that he had and bought a lump of gold. So he sold everything he possessed, he had, and just in return, just got a piece of gold, lump of gold, which he buried in a hole, just dug or made a hole and just hid or buried the lump of gold in the ground by the side of an old wall, and went to look at it daily. So he was keeping an eye on the lump of gold because it was all he had. He had already sold everything, his property perhaps. And miser means ungenerous, not generous and selfish person. And lump means solid chunk. Here it refers to a piece of gold. Okay. Now let's see what happens next. One of his workmen observed his frequent visits to the spot and decided to watch his movements. So, workman means craftsman. So, here in this story, a person who is who works for this miser person, observed, monitored, and just kept an eye on his frequent or repeated visit to the spot or that particular place, and decided to watch his movements. Okay, so workman, craftsman. He soon discovered the secret of the hidden treasure, and digging down, came to the lump of gold and stole it. So he discovered the secret of the hidden treasure, jewelry, and here the lump of gold, and digging down or excavating or just bringing something out, taking something out, came to the lump of gold. He finally got it and stole it, took it away. Treasure, at a little bit society, if you just click on or select any word, the website is talking, and the website will read out the selected part to you so that you can listen to it to improve your listening comprehension. Jewels and precious objects like gems. The miser, on his next visit, found the hole empty and began to tear his hair and to make loud lamentations. So the poor person, as a matter of fact, on his next visit, perhaps on the following day, found the hole empty. So there was nothing. There was no lump of gold anymore, and began to tear his hair out, or tear his hair. It means he burst into crying. He cried out, wept, the past form of weep, W-E-E-P. And to make loud lamentations. Lamentation means just mourning for something, or crying out, or to show that you are extremely anxious. But lamentation, weeping or crying, as I said before. So tear one's hair out, it's an idiom, and it's a good idea to learn idioms and proverbs and generally vocabulary in context rather than out of context. So it means to feel extremely anxious, worried, and frustrated. Lamentation, weeping and crying and sobbing. So a neighbor, seeing him overcome with grief and learning the cause, said, so one of the acquaintances or familiar person who knew the miser already, seeing him overcome means debilitated, weakened, and undermined with grief or sorrow, and learning the cause, said, overcome with means weakened by or overwhelmed by grief, sorrow. Let's see what he said. Pray do not grieve so, but go and take a stone and place it in the hole and fancy that the gold is still lying there. Pray. Pray is an interjection, and it is used to just give a command or order or ask a question. Here, give a command. Do not grieve so. It means don't cry over the spilled milk. So it's over, but go and take a stone and place it in the hole, in the place of the lump of gold. And fancy, here means imagine. Fancy that the gold is still lying there, because actually the existence of the gold or lack of existence doesn't make any difference to you. So pray, as I said, interjection, emphasizing a command here in this context, and fancy means imagine. And okay, because it will do you quite the same service for when the gold was there, because actually it is as serviceable to you as lack of gold or lack of existence, lack of its existence. You had it not, as you did not make the slightest use of it. Remember, slightest means minimum or smallest, and use, pay attention, it's not use, it's use, because it's a noun. The slightest use of it, because you did not use or make any use of that, and therefore actually if it is not available, it should not make any difference to you. Slightest, smallest, minimum. Some related idioms and proverbs, something that I could get from the message. There's a proverb here in English, and it reads, your eyes are bigger than your stomach. And it means you have a great appetite. You can actually, when you eat more than you can chew, and it means that you are greedy or avaricious. You have a great appetite, or let's say too much of an appetite, and greed or avarice, cupidity, materialism. These are some technical terms. And also we have translated this story from English into Persian in a simplified form for our Persian students, because A Little Bit Society is a bilingual academy, and we just feed both Persian and English students and learners with materials. Let me show you the specifications of this fairy tale reading practice in English, and from Aesop's, So the writer, the author of this story is Aesop. I think it dates back to over 2.5 millennia. 2,600 years ago. And as you can see, avarice, these are technical terms. At the Little Bit Society, if you just click on any of them, you will find related lessons. Cupidity, English fairy tale, frugal. Frugal is a person who spends less than usual when it comes to expenditure and spending money on even important things. But again, as a matter of fact, I should say that it has a positive interpretation. And miserly and stingy have negative interpretations. Gold, materialism, miserly, misery, stingy, Your eyes are bigger than your stomach. As you can see here, these are the technical terms or keywords used in this lesson. And if you just click on any of them, you will find related lessons. And this is the perfect way to extend or expand your learning and actually continue learning, non-stop at the Lewis Society. For example, these are some, here are some related lessons. The story of the sick lion, again, an English fairy tale from Aesop with a video podcast and vocabulary practice. And another story, the bear and the two travelers, another story. And also eek, one of the vocabulary items from 6 of 1 words you need to know. And eke out means to make ends meet, okay, to spend frugally because perhaps you're dealing with financial problems. And also our students have this chance to communicate with us either in the form of leaving voice messages or actually commenting here and expecting to receive feedback from us. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for the upcoming videos of great quality. And also, if you're interested to improve your English, just pay a visit to our website at llb.net. You can see the domain at the bottom right corner of your screen. And you can just try everything free before registration. Thank you. Take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye-bye.